Mm-hmm.
It's time for Guru's Grapes.
Get better,
Fire away,
Steph.
Guru.
I will.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
You're starting to piss me off.
It makes me so mad!
Oh, please don't make me angry, pal. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
King Kong ain't got on me!
It's time for Guru's Crops.
Mother sucker.
All right, Stoney. So last week, man, I've been following this story, and even before it became a thing, I kept saying to you, even at the cafeteria, what does Eric Bieniemy have to do to get a head coaching job? And when white coaches are in the same position as Eric Bieniemy, the fact that you're just around championship pedigree and the best quarterback in football, nobody does an autopsy on how much you got to do with it. You're just a part of it, and you get a job. Sometimes you get 2 jobs. We're seeing lesser coaches with lesser credentials than Eric Bieniemy get jobs. So here we go again. Bieniemy and the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. He's had 15 interviews, and now I'm hearing people, radio, talking heads on TV talk about he must be doing something wrong in the interview. And Stoney, to me, it's just lightweight racism. And I don't know where the racism is coming from, but I'm like, Goodell, if you gave a damn about the Rooney Rule, the one life preserver you would throw is to Eric Bieniemy and get on the horn and say the next damn team that needs a coach, it's going to be Eric Bieniemy because this just don't look right. And all his ass does, just let me get this off, is leaves his position of success and goes to the crappy Washington Commander job to become their OC with a quarterback named Sam Howell, Heineke, Wentz, and Jake Fromm. I don't know who's going to be the starter, but my point is, bruh, you were supposed to stay your ass right in Kansas City and do it for the culture so every time the cameras panned on you, we could be reminded of the travesty that is the NFL that could not allow you to be around this greatness and parlay into a head coaching job. But whoever, Eric, you were listening to, and it could have been your circle, your family, but to go to Washington and pretty much what I believe fail, I'm hoping you don't. But brother, why do you got to tap dance again to prove your worth when a white coach or white coaches would have got 15 jobs just being around Andy Reid and having that moniker of offensive coordinator? And I'm mad at him for going to Washington to basically say, oh, I need to go prove myself again. I'm like, I don't even expect you to have a rebuttal, but as a black man, that bothers me. Like, you were supposed to stay there stay there and remind everybody how this system sucks and how you were just a byproduct of something that never will be rectified. But now you go to Washington to win 3 or 4 games, and holy hell, if they don't win and the offense looks like crap, now they're going to say, oh, that's why Mr. 15 interviews didn't get the job. It just really bothers me, man. And I'm mad at him, Stein. And you can be like, who the hell are you to be mad at him? But you were supposed to stand your ground.
Okay, here's what I would say to that, and maybe I shouldn't. To me, and maybe this is a rationalization or I'm parsing. To me, the issue is not Bieniemy. The issue is black coaches. And I know that's the same thing in a way, but aren't you getting the sense something's up with Bieniemy?
No doubt.
Okay. So while maybe there are white coaches like Bieniemy who would have gotten an opportunity if they were exactly the same, yes, that's an issue. I'm not minimizing it, but I'm starting to think could it possibly have something to do with Bieniemy and Bieniemy only? Like something's going on with him that inside the NFL, everybody knows, nobody talks about it. And listen, I want to be clear here. I'm not saying I disagree with you, because DeMeco Ryans was the only black coach hired this offseason. So, yes, I hear what you're saying, but I now look at Bieniemy like it's almost so obvious it can't be about race.
Okay, see, and
I
you
know
just
that
hit
somebody
out
might
the
be
park.
like, wake up, Steinmetz. I get it.
But see,
but
I'm on
go ahead.
No, I respect that. But Andy Reid, you asked me who I'd rather have as a coach. It's Kyle and Andy Reid. The greatness of Andy Reid.
Why can't Andy Reid get
He
Bieniemy a
spoke
head
on the
coaching
forum
job?
at the Super? Exactly. So,
well, why?
That's why the system is almost embarrassing to me that this black man had to endure this. Now there's whispers of, his interview skills are not good. But my greater point, and I was saying to Eric's face, and I told this to Ray Rattle, and he said, Guru, to cut this, you're right. Like, why did you go to Washington? Why did you let them make you have to go prove yourself again, man?
Well, first of all, why did he leave Kansas City to go to Washington?
Because they said he wasn't calling the plays. They said he wasn't involved in this or that. Okay. And lesser white men have gotten jobs times 100 being around Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
Can I ask you a question? Is it about blacks or all minorities?
Well, I'll say it's power to the people. It's all minorities, but in this instance, the Rooney Rule is for minorities. But why is it not working for this man? And why did he feel the need to go to another lesser team? So I feel like he's tap dancing. And when I say tap dancing, let me show you what I can do, mister. Let me show. No, you ain't got to do that. And it's going to be, and if people want to say, Guru, who the hell are you to tell him what to do? You should, oh my gosh, I wish you would have just stayed in Kansas City because Andy didn't run you off. And I love Andy for when he accepted that trophy, he gave this man as much love and credit as you can. But now you're in the capital. Like Steiny, it just bothers me.
I think if you're Eric Bieniemy and if you have other program, and I don't know, I'm not in the interviews. If you have coaches or other owners or GMs saying, hey, need to see you out from under Andy Reid. And Andy Reid goes, yeah, hey, I'm coaching for another decade. I'm riding this Pat Mahomes train to 10 Super Bowls. If you're Eric Bieniemy, at some point, right, you're gonna want to take that next step because I think he's earned it. When you look at what happened with the Sean McVay staffs, and you look at Matt LaFleur, and you look at Zach Taylor, and you look at all these guys, look at Shane Steichen for the Eagles this year.
Goodness,
you have all these guys who just Mike McDaniel, who was the Niners OC, didn't call plays, gets a job.
So Kyle,
he's a black man.
That's right.
No, I'm gonna Kyle,
or minority.
You're on fire.
That's why I don't know what it is about Bieniemy specifically.
But Kyle, as your black friend, as a black man, if somebody says to you it's race, would you say? I'm just asking your honest response because I'm hearing you talk. What else could it be? Because that's what I'm getting from you. If you say he's worthy, he's proved himself. I'm not in the interviews, but that's never seemed to be a problem for any other coach ever. That's where it's like when you look at the common denominators and the non-common denominators of other coaches who have been hired with lesser resumes. To me, there's a very, very glaring thing here, and that's his race. Man. And now you go to something lesser. We
don't know that. I mean, yes, on paper, obviously, but that doesn't mean he can't do an impressive job.
But what if their offense is ranked 28th?
Well, then he's in trouble.
That's why he didn't get it. Why would you even subject yourself to that? Why would you even let people put you in that position to write something, to say something and here I go, this is being overly dramatic? I would have walked away. I would have walked away before I had to go to Washington, and then that's why he didn't get it. I told you it was dude. That's wrong. That ain't man.
There's also not that many opportunities when you look around the NFL to be an offensive coordinator where you are just in charge of the entire offense, which is kind of what he was in Kansas City, which is a little bit why this is all ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how I felt, man. And I've been on this before it was a thing, Steiny. Just
What are you
like
talking about?
when you talk about the system.
You brought it up
and
before
the coaching
racism?
trees. No, I brought it up before this really got like, what's up with Bieniemy? What's he doing? And here I go. When it gets to 15 interviews, Steiny, that's now people there's
not
an underline you're
necessarily.
saying something because
Not necessarily.
15,
Possible, maybe even probable. And I'm going to use a guy. How come Mark Jackson can't get another job?
Now,
you think it has anything to do with his skin color?
No, it has something to do with his religion, his beliefs, and pushing it on the team and
what
organization.
What if Bieniemy's got something like that?
No, hey,
that's all I'm
I hear
asking.
what you're saying, but it wasn't to the point where Andy couldn't handle it, Steiny. And just a couple weeks ago on the Super Bowl, getting that trophy, whatever Andy's got, if it's baggage, Andy felt compelled to, and I appreciated to, like, what's going on here? And I'm going to say this, the system has failed Eric Bieniemy. Unless, Steiny, there's something in his past or something that we don't know. But
well, that's kind of why
I just hate he's in Washington.
I don't know what's going on with him in particular. Yeah. But clearly, the main point of, black coaches don't seem to get the same opportunity or the same leash that white coaches get. I mean, I think we can all agree there's something to that.